From Basshole Studios in Hollywood, California.
Yo, what time is it?
You're listening to I'm a Basshole with Doug Bass. We've all been one.
He's an asshole.
So let's laugh about it. Now, here's your host, Doug Bass.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Basshole Podcast. I'm Doug Bass. Thanks for joining us, as always. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube at Basshole Show and on Instagram, Basshole Show. Subscribe to the actual podcast on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your podcast fix. We got a great show today. Our guest is in the studio today. It's comedian Katie Bingol. We're going to jump right in because I don't really know much about her, but I know she's cool and she's here. So let's jump in. Katie Bingol on the Basshole Show today. How you doing, Katie? How's it going?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for
good.
having me.
Thanks for coming in. Yeah. It's good to see you.
I'm so excited.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really excited. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right. Sometimes people are like, they don't want to come on the show. Like, they do, but they don't, kind of, you know? Like, they're like, oh, well, I haven't been an asshole, really, so I don't want to, talk about that. But it's more than that. It's, we get to know, the guests and stuff like that. Because you did the live show, was it last month, I think? Or last month, yeah. And that's always fun, but it's so different because I don't get to really, talk to the comedians or the guests on the show, where this is like stretched out, where we have time to kind of like get to know each other, interview you.
Yeah, and like connect.
Connect, yeah, exactly, all that good stuff. So welcome. Thanks for coming into the studio.
Thank you.
I know it's raining here in LA again. Every we do this like every Monday, and it's been raining every Monday, like the past 3 weeks.
Really?
We've been doing it. So like
What's
everyone's been coming over, and like they're like soaked and gross, and my dogs. I put my dogs away when I do this, but like they're like a mess and everything.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's sunny soon. I don't know. Sorry, I gotta drink something. So you're a comedian. That's how I know you from comedy shows, the improv, open mics, all that, all Hollywood comedy, all that stuff.
The bar at the improv.
The bar, yes, the bar at the improv is where I meet a lot of people.
Me going there, I'm
now you're like kind of a regular there now, I would say, right?
Yeah.
When did you start going hanging out there more often? Was it like recently?
No, it was like probably a year ago.
A year ago, okay.
Yeah, a year ago I started to take comedy more seriously.
Yeah.
And I figured like a good way to network is just like to show up.
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Like you have to be there and like people to see you and everything. And I'm kind of shy a little bit.
Are you shy?
Yeah, just slightly. Like right when I'm meeting new people.
I am too. I'm like an introvert extrovert kind of person.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It takes a while for me to like warm up to people and stuff. So yeah, I get that. I'm not the type of comedian. Like a lot of them are just always on or always like talking or doing bits or whatever. Yeah. And I'm just like, if I want to talk to you, I'll go out of my way to like figure it out.
Yeah, you're normal.
Normal is another way of putting it. Yeah, for sure. Now, all right, so you're a comedian, but aren't you also like a writer's assistant or something?
Were you looking at my LinkedIn?
I'm looking at your LinkedIn right now. I'm looking at it because I was like, I gotta find. I think you told me that at one point too, but I was like, I was trying to do some research before you came in today, but is that true?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No,
Okay, all right.
I was
you
for a little bit, and that was even like a little exaggerated.
Exaggerated. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I won't pay attention to your LinkedIn. But are you an actress too?
No, I'm
you're not. Okay, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. Just stand up. Okay, but you had like a film interest and background, like writing and stuff like that. Is like what is your ultimate goal? You want to be a stand up comedian or like a writer or like?
No,
where do you see yourself going?
I mean, like the ultimate goal I've always said is like I want to be a weekend update anchor on SNL.
Okay, all right, yeah, that's a good goal.
Yeah, because I want to like perform, but like perform as myself.
Yes, and write material, write jokes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, it's good to have like a direct, like goal kind of like that.
Yeah,
SNL is always a mainstream for a lot of people when they come here. I think it's like. I definitely had that vision at one point as well, and then it strays a little bit, but but no, it's a good goal to have because like that show it's about to turn 50, I think, next year.
Yeah,
50
I think
years.
so.
So it's like
long time,
and I hope it's still here for another 50. So
wouldn't that be wild?
Do you watch it every week?
Not every week. No, I don't have cable, and I don't have all the subscriptions.
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch it all the time, like religiously. Yeah, and now.
Same.
And now I don't really like. I'll watch like I just watched Shane Gillis because that was a big deal.
Oh yeah,
I watched. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the monologue and then I watched like 2 sketches that he did. So like, I feel like everything is online like the next day anyway.
Yeah.
So like at least you'll see everything that week that is funny or worthwhile seeing. So,
yeah.
you
And
know.
if you have the SNL app, it shows you like.
Oh,
all
there's
the-
an app? I didn't even know there was an
Yeah,
SNL
yeah.
app.
You can watch like the full episodes.
Wow,
for
so
free.
that's how old I am. I don't even know there was an SNL app.
It's not very updated anyway. So no, they made it once and they never touched it again.
Yeah, all right. So writer's assistant, you did that for a while. Did you like doing that?
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah.
It was at an advertising agency, so it wasn't
cool.
like TV directly,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? But like that was
But it's
an
like
okay job.
It's like an insight into like the
Yeah.
creative / ad world. Yeah.
yeah,
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 yeah.
It was like a high chair, like
Yeah.
in a way. Like
I,
it was like you're right up front, but like it was also over Zoom the entire time. It was a completely remote job.
Oh, it was remote? Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like the job itself hated it, did not
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it,
right,
and they
yeah.
hated me back. So it was
Really?
kind of yeah. Oh my god, they
How
hated
could
me
they
so
hate
bad.
you back? What are you?
You're
You're so pleasant.
Thank you. Tell her that. Yeah, no.
Those jobs. I mean, my first job when I came to LA was similar. I worked for a literary manager at
Oh no way.
a talent management company.
Yeah.
I
I did that too for a little bit.
yeah, I did that for like almost 4 years.
Wow.
And then it came to the point where it was like, do you want to be a manager or like, what do you want to do? You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, I could have went that route and been a manager, but I was like, I was always on the creative side. So I was like, I didn't really want to be a manager, but it was cool to like, learn it and like meet a lot of people and read a lot of scripts and just kind of see how that works, So
It's a very intricate industry.
yeah.
It's a lot
but it
behind
was,
the scenes.
but it was like, such low pay, long hours, weekend reading. And
Yeah.
it was like, what am I doing? Like,
No
this is
overtime
like
pay.
no overtime. It was like such a waste of. I mean, at a point, it's like, how am I surviving on $400 a week or whatever they
Oh
were
my
paying?
god.
But this was like in 2005 maybe or something like that. So it
Yeah.
was like a long time ago. But still, it's like I remember like working there and then having to bartend like at night
Yeah.
just to like afford stuff or
Yeah.
whatever. It was
People
crazy.
still do that now.
Yeah.
Agents,
Exactly.
assistants, like they're still
Oh
not getting
yeah,
paid.
they take advantage. I mean, I hope it's gotten better because like there was a thing for a while where it was like they're so low paid, like for these jobs, and it's like they're literally assistants,
Yeah.
And it's like
But they do so much.
they do so much, and
Like-
I don't know, like it was like I guess I was like salary at the time, but it was like,
Oh, that's tough.
but it's like a very low salary,
Yeah. And they work you so
and they work you
crazy.
so hard,
Yeah.
and like I think they may do hourly now or something.
do, yeah.
because it's like.
It's still low hourly.
It's still low hourly, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay, if we're working 9 to, it used to be like 9 to 7, 9 to 6, something like that,
No, it's like truly a 24/7 job.
Yeah.
Like they give you the set hours. Like that's the hours that you're in office. But
Right.
you're still working beyond that on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
weekends too.
Oh, yeah,
Like
you go
you're
to-
available
You
24/7.
go to events, you go to,
Yeah. You answer emails, you deal with
Yep.
travel, all
Yep.
this stuff. Like
Yeah.
especially if you're a talent assistant.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
talent assistant or, like a personal assistant, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It's a lot. Yeah. It's, I dabble in some assistant stuff, but it's like, I'm at least kind of like not like tied to the board with, like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it's like mostly animal related. So.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, that's fun. That's a good assistant.
It's good. Yeah. I mean, it goes to that kind of thing is easier. So, but when you're at a computer all day and you're not working on your own creative stuff,
Yeah, draining.
it's a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah. And then you don't want to do anything when you get home.
No, yeah, because you just stared at an
Yeah.
LED screen for 10 hours
Right,
straight.
exactly.
And you were just berated by your boss.
It's a nightmare.
It's
yeah.
annoying.
Yeah. But it's like you're young. So it's a good thing to kind of try out when you get here, I think.
Yeah, and it gives you
kinda
good
see.
structure and like you learn a lot about Hollywood and
Totally,
like what
yeah.
the expectation is and like what you kind of want.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool. Now where are you from? Are you from Indiana?
No, that's where I went to
that's where you
school,
went to
college.
Where are you from originally?
Texas originally.
Texas. All right. We're in Texas.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. All right. Everyone's from Texas. I know it.
Seems like it.
I meet everyone that's moved from Texas to here.
Yeah,
Seems like a lot of people, a lot of Texans.
great migration.
Yeah. Did you like growing up in Texas? San
Oh, I
Antonio?
loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really loved it. I always say like people shit on Texas a lot, and like rightfully so. There's like some bad parts about it,
Who else
but
is-
growing
yeah.
up, it's amazing.
Texas,
and San
yeah.
Antonio was like a really family-friendly city. Like everyone raises their kids there.
Who else? Someone else from San Antonio. Jessica Alanese is from San
Oh,
Antonio,
really?
I think. Yeah, because I was talking to her about that too, I think. Yeah, she's from there.
Oh,
Yeah, I've only been to Austin, so I don't really know
Yeah.
Texas that well. But
Yeah.
I want to kind of go
there's
explore.
so much.
Yeah,
There's so
yeah.
much to it.
And how long have you lived in LA now? When did you move here?
2019.
Okay, So right before pandemic.
Yeah, June 2019,
Yeah.
I touched down.
How so were you like excited and then it was like what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, nobody saw it coming,
Yeah,
obviously. So it
exactly.
was just like, what the hell's
Well, a
going
lot of people
on?
left and went back home. Like
Yeah.
but you stayed the whole time.
I stayed the whole time.
Good.
I went home for like a month.
yeah.
Yeah, my dad had a big birthday that year, so we all wanted to do this like big surprise party for him.
Right.
Us, like the 5 of us, like our core family.
Yeah.
So I went home just for the month, just to be safe about it and everything.
Right,
My
right.
parents are slightly older, so like just to be cautious.
That
but
makes sense. Yeah. I
came
mean, there was
back.
nothing going on here. It was like
No,
yeah,
everyone was fired.
I know.
There was
I know people that like full on moved, like
Yeah.
back to work, like picked up all their stuff and moved,
I don't know why.
and then they came back.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like
Dumb.
I was like, that's a lot of like that was a lot, but I don't know what they did wherever they were from or like I don't know because there was no work anywhere really.
No,
But it was like
not at all.
it was like like there was the rent thing here where you could kind of like pay it like
Yeah,
later
rent
if you
was
needed
so
to.
cheap here.
It was
Like,
cheap,
The
yeah.
best. You should have
Yeah.
moved during COVID.
I
Honestly,
did move during COVID.
You
I
did?
moved in here
Yeah.
like at the end of like the middle tail end of COVID, I guess.
like
right?
2020, or
I
moved
it
during
was,
2020.
It was 2021. I
Okay.
moved, but it was like November or December, Christmas time or something like that. So
Oh,
it was
yeah.
like the tail end of COVID where like no one really moved back here yet, or like it was like the prices were still like they were like trying to beg people to come like rent places or whatever. Because then I moved in here, and then like after like 6 or 8 months, like then everything blew back up like rent wise and
Yeah.
stuff. You know, it was like crazy. Yeah.
Did your rent get raised this year? Mine did.
No, knock on wood.
No,
This place
really?
they haven't raised my rents. I've been here 2 years now.
Oh,
They
that's
haven't,
so
and
lucky.
they haven't raised my rent.
Is
They haven't
it
raised my
rent-
rent yet.
Rent control?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's not technically West Hollywood, but it's
Oh. What is it?
I don't know. They just haven't done it, so I'm not
so weird.
complaining. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
when they raise the rent, it sucks, right? Because then you're like, oh, like now I got a 4th job.
Yeah, no, literally, I have 3 right now.
So you said you had 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah. That's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a lot. I'm tired
Yeah.
always, but it's fun. I'm happy
Are
to be
they
here.
are they remote?
No, oh my God, no, that would be amazing.
Nothing's remote.
No,
anymore. Yeah,
nothing's
yeah,
remote
yeah, yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
No, I'm a personal assistant to 3 people. Like one of them is a couple, so like 2 clients essentially.
Okay.
And then I have a part-time restaurant job.
Oh, cool. All right. Very cool. All right. That's cool. Do you like working in the restaurant stuff?
I do.
I mean,
yeah,
I bartend at the Improv. That's how
yeah.
we've kind of met. But yeah,
Yeah, it was
It's not bad. I mean, it depends on like guess where you work or the clientele that you're dealing with. I think.
Yeah, mine was kind of a rocky start. I had
Yeah.
a really awful manager. I actually got him fired, so I was pretty
Oh,
proud of that.
okay. One of those guys.
Yeah, literally.
Oh.
Literally hired me just to harass me.
Oh,
And so I was
that's
like, okay,
horrible. That's
you have to
awful.
go. Yeah.
Well,
but it's
good.
okay.
I'm glad you got rid of him. That's good. So now it's a safe work environment, hopefully.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, there's like so much of that in the restaurant industry. I feel like.
Yeah, it's so common.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Even at like, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about this on here, but like even more,
No, go
the
ahead.
problem with this podcast is I get too comfortable and I start talking about stuff. I'm like, oh wait, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I mean, depending on where you work, it's like, oh yeah, like things slide by sometimes, and you know whatever.
Yeah.
So you gotta take it into your own hands, which.
Yeah, I mean, like some stuff is so minor, and you know, like we're comedians, so like we don't get offended super easily.
Right,
but like
right.
some things are just out of pocket, over the line.
Exactly. Yeah. So you went to school in Indiana. How was that?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a really good college experience, and it was great. I met some of my like best friends there, and
Yeah.
it was weird because like I didn't have any school spirit, so I didn't go to any of the games.
It was Indiana University. Is it big football school? What is it?
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay.
Huge basketball school. Never
Okay.
went to a single game.
But you never went once.
No, didn't care.
Really?
Yeah.
And all your friends were like going. And,
Oh yeah.
So what did you do when they went? You just stay in the dorm? What'd you do?
Yeah, I like essentially, I don't know. I like just hung out with other friends who like
Yeah.
didn't care as much.
Right.
And like I also wasn't into sorority life, or like I wasn't a huge
No
party.
sorority, no parties, no drinking.
No, oh yeah, no,
You
I definitely
definitely
did.
drank?
No,
Okay,
definitely
right.
drank,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just like did it elsewhere.
You did it
Just
elsewhere.
not at the games.
Not at the games.
Yeah.
In the dorms or a bar. Or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
exactly.
Well, that makes
Someone's
sense.
house.
Yeah. Now, did you play sports as a kid ever, or were you ever into sports?
No, I'm not
No.
very athletic.
Me
I
neither.
look it.
I mean,
but I'm
I
not.
played baseball for a little while, but like
Yeah,
I was never good, so I was like, oh,
Okay.
whatever, you know.
I was. I did track in college. Not
Oh,
college.
man.
Just kidding. Not college at all. It was in high school.
Really?
And I didn't even run. I was a thrower, if you could believe.
Like
Like shot put.
shot put.
And discus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do that. I tried track once in high school, and I'm a horrible runner.
Same.
I didn't know this at the time. I was always like last, and it wasn't because I was like fat or like out of shape as a kid or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like years later, I was like, I have flat feet.
Yeah.
I have entirely now it gives me problems. Like, cause I'm like,
oh really?
Cause I like my ankle hurts and stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
I have no arch in my foot whatsoever. And I was like, yeah, that's why you shouldn't be running. Like the doctor would tell me, like, you can't run. Like I can't do the treadmill.
You're
like I wouldn't be able to go to like the military or the army or whatever. You know, like,
never.
Yeah, so
never
it's like, oh, I didn't know that at first. You know, I just thought my feet were normal. And that's why I was like a horrible runner and slow or whatever. I was like
I just can't run. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you chase me, you'll catch me.
Yeah.
For sure.
I can't. Yeah, it's like exactly. It's I don't know. It's not healthy for you either.
No.
Like your limbs.
No, long-term
your
effects.
Bones. Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so no sports in high school or college. Now, did you try any comedy in college or high school or anything? Did you ever act in high school or did you perform anything?
Yeah, I mean, so I made a big move in middle school, right when I was 13, going into 8th grade. We moved from Texas to Michigan.
Okay.
And like at that time, I was a 13-year-old girl. I like had no confidence, and any confidence I did had, I just lost it when I moved.
So you moved at 13 from San Antonio to Michigan.
Detroit, yeah.
Okay. Now, your parents got new jobs or whatever?
Yeah,
or,
my dad worked in PR, so he got a job at.
Were
GM.
you upset when you moved as a 13-year-old?
Yeah.
That's gotta be hard, I would think.
Yeah.
I always thought that, like when I didn't move like during at all. My parents still live in my hometown in New Jersey or whatever. But I knew like friends that like moved at like freshman year in high school, or someone moved at like senior year. I was like, oh, that's fucked.
That's terrible.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like it kind of like fucks them up a little bit.
Yeah,
like, for like
absolutely.
not forever, but like I mean, it's like you got to start over. You have new friends, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it changed my life forever, and like in good ways and bad ways for sure.
Right.
But I was in theater a lot, like in Texas, and I loved that. I loved like performing on stage. But then as soon as I moved, I don't know, I just like, I didn't know anybody and I wasn't comfortable.
Right.
And I kind of stayed in that uncomfortable state for a really long time.
Yeah.
So in college, I didn't really try comedy. I was writing a lot. Like that's kind of what I turned to. So I couldn't really perform. So I just would write all the time.
Right.
And I just kind of kept that to myself. I didn't really share it with anybody.
Yeah. Now, did you write like scripts and stuff like that? Have you written like scripts, screenplays, that kind of stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really liked writing in college.
Is that something you want to try to excel at here? Like try to sell script or something like that?
Yeah. I have an idea for a TV pilot. That's
Nice.
I like TV more than film, so I want to like do like the short term things.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I want to try that out.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah. So how'd you like living in Michigan?
Oh, I hated it. It was
Really?
the worst time of my life. Yeah, I wanted to die. Like
So you did all
high
high school there?
8th grade and high school.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Actually, like the second day right after our high school graduation, we moved again, and it was the best day of my life.
After high school graduation, where'd you move to then?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. All right. So like 3 moves as a young adolescent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then going to Indiana.
Yeah.
And then here.
So that's rough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now, do you keep in touch with like friends from San Antonio, Michigan, all over?
Michigan for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like one really great best friend that like we're locked in for life. Love him so much. Shout out Tom. But then in Texas, not as much. Like on social media.
Yeah.
Like I grew up like right around the age where like Instagram just came out and Facebook. Oh, Facebook was huge in Texas at the time.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook had just come out.
That's so
we were all on it.
crazy. I remember, well, because like Facebook started as like a college thing, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember, I think I was working at that management company when it came around.
Oh yeah.
This is how old I am. I don't even know how old you are, but I mean, I'm 43, so I'm not that old. But yeah, I mean, Facebook. Like, I remember, like if you didn't go to Harvard or something, you couldn't be on it at first.
Is that right?
Yeah, like
There was, like,
it started out there, and then
Yeah,
like, because I don't know, you saw the social network movie or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually they opened it up to like everyone. But I think at first it was just like you had to have like a Harvard email address or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Assholes.
Or it was just for college kids or something.
Yeah, I think
College,
it's
that's what
definitely
it was.
for
College kids, and then they opened it up to like everyone.
Yeah.
But I remember hearing about it and being like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm like, I don't have my college email anymore. You know, like, I got rid of it.
So you couldn't join.
Couldn't join. I was like, oh,
Damn.
missed out on all the cool shit.
Well, the 13-year-olds were on it, and we were
Yeah.
having a great time.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I was like a MySpace era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed on. I was too young for it.
You were too young for that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but my older sisters were on it.
Really?
Not me.
Yeah, see, I remember going on that when I first moved out here, and that's how I met a lot of people actually on MySpace.
Yeah?
Because it was before, you know, the apps, Tinder, and any of that stuff. It was like MySpace and just kind of hanging around and meeting people at bars or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember MySpace was kind of like, I met a couple good friends off of there, like in LA at first.
It's kind of like a hostile website. Like you could like rank your friends and everything. I remember that.
Oh yeah, it was like a top 10.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
You
I think
could,
I think the website still exists, but like I don't know, like
Is it
yeah,
usable?
top 10. And then like, yeah, I remember like, I remember there were like arguments like, oh, why aren't I in your top 10 or
Yeah,
whatever?
you moved down a space. Like, what is that about? Yeah.
And then like people would just be like, well, I'm switching it up. Like, you know, it's kind of like you're switching your profile photo or whatever.
Right. Whatever excuse you have for it.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't think about that. MySpace. Yeah. That's hysterical. And then there was Tom, the guy.
Everyone's friend.
He always had the same picture where it was like him like looking over his shoulder or whatever.
At the whiteboard or something.
Yeah. It's so funny. And he never changed it. It was like, that's pretty funny. Back in the day. This is like, now I feel old. No. Yeah, MySpace old. That's how old I feel. Remember MySpace? Oh, man. All right. So it's writing scripts is something you're going to do and you're currently doing. Now, stand-up comedy. You host a show at the Hollywood Comedy called Hot Girl Hour. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Hot Girl Hour. Yeah. That's a great name.
Thank you.
Hot Girl Hour, because it's just a bunch of hot girl like yourself, and then hot other
others.
Hot comedians performing. Is that the requirement?
Yeah.
Hot and funny.
Well, you don't have to be hot. You have to be funny.
Yeah.
You definitely. I mean, like, you know, everyone's beautiful. I love everybody, and everyone's a
Of
gorgeous
course.
girl.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's all women though, right?
Most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, there's always like a few men in the crowd, like that, or not in the crowd, on the lineup.
Oh, okay,
like Dan King. Do you know Dan King?
I think so.
He's our resident hot girl.
A resident hot girl. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
he's a permanent regular on the show. He's there to headline every show.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You give him like a staple standard spot there.
Yeah. And like everyone feeds into it. It's
Right.
like really fun, like I don't even know, slutty energy where it's
Yeah.
like we're all sluts and you're a hottie, like, you know.
What does that mean when you're up? We're all sluts. Like,
Yeah,
you guys
I
just
don't know. It's just like high energy, bubbly energy.
yeah.
I'm happy to be here,
Right,
slut.
right.
You know, like, and everyone.
Now, is that
loves
a
it.
good thing when girls call each other slut, or is it just like sarcastic?
I think it's like sarcastic, but we're all in on the joke.
Okay, all right.
You
They have
know?
to be in on it.
Yeah. And
all right.
like, yeah. And
Because it's like the way you deliver it, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Because
it's-
like
oh my God,
it
it's
can
all
just
about
like
delivery.
if you hate the person, you're just like she's a slut.
yeah, you can just be like whore. You
Right,
know, like
right,
it's
right. Then it's like, wait, is she
slut,
being real?
You
And
know,
it's
yeah, you have to do the shoulder pop and like a big smile.
Because that's like such a high school thing. I feel like, right?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god, she made out with this guy.
yeah,
like
you bitch, like shit like that.
right. Because it's like it's interesting. Because like I don't know, the Mean Girls movie era, like they touch on that kind of stuff. I feel like I didn't see the new one that came out, but
It's bad.
is it bad?
It's real bad.
You've seen the original, right?
Yeah. The original is a masterpiece. This
Yeah.
one is so bad.
It's bad, really.
Yeah.
I wanted to go see it.
Don't
Just watch the original.
Yeah, if it comes on
Yeah.
streaming, sure. But
That's
like,
crazy to
don't.
me. Well, first of all, I was confused because I was like, oh, they rebooted this. And then I was like, but then I realized it's the musical, right? The
It's
Broadway musical, and then they turned that into this movie. So I don't know why they just didn't say Mean Girls the musical.
That's exactly what I said.
Right.
I was so upset about it.
Because
it
I
was
just
so
thought it
bad.
was a reboot. And then when I watched the trailer for the first time, I was like, oh, this new girl is like the Lindsay Lohan character, the Katie or
Yeah.
whatever. Like I was like, oh, they're using the same name. Oh wait, I'm like, so it's just a reboot. I was like, already there's a reboot. I was like, and the first one was good, and there was no reason to reboot it.
No.
So yeah, like why didn't they just do Mean Girls the musical?
Yeah, it should have been just titled Mean Girls the Musical.
That's crazy.
They made poor casting choices. I think the acting was bad, and like the songs just like didn't flow naturally.
Yeah, and it was Tina Fey helming this thing, which is crazy. I don't know. That's so
It's
disappointing.
not fun. It was not good.
Because that's where we're at now. I just assumed it was a reboot, and I don't know when the original Mean
sequel.
Girls came out, but
Yeah.
if we're rebooting things 15 years after they're made, then I don't
there's
know.
no point.
I don't know what.
I mean, like the
Ten
styles
is-
are changing, and like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense.
I get it. Like there's technology now. And
Yeah.
whatever, but like
It's just not enjoyable.
it's like them remaking The Hangover like in 2 years.
Oh, you
or something.
can't.
You know what I mean?
It's just one and done.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And even that had like 4 sequels afterwards.
Yeah, I
you
know. There was
like,
too many.
Yeah.
I know it's. I mean, that's the problem with. I mean, I love movie. I mean, I know you say TV. You like TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like TV too. I mean, but I just grew up on so many movies. My first love, like, cause I've also dabbled in like making short films and directing and stuff like that.
Yeah?
But my first. I mean, I fell in love with movies like first, and then obviously TV got better than movies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the 2000s, I guess, late 90s, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. But now, I don't know. Now I find I like watching TV, but it's like finding the time to watch all this stuff is my problem.
There's a lot.
There's too much.
a lot
There's too
out
much
there.
stuff. I like going to the movie theater.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I like going there because I'm like, oh, okay, this is 2 hours. I'm committing for 2 hours. I'm sitting here. I'm not on my phone. There's not someone at the door or whatever. You know, I'm focused. I'm locked in to watching this thing.
You paid to be there.
I paid to be here. I'm going to pay attention. At home with the TV shows, it's like I'll put something on, then I'll come over here and work on the podcast. You know, it's like I get so distracted with like just watching stuff at home. It's bad unless there's someone here sitting with me watching it.
Yeah.
That's like, no, we're watching this. I'm like, okay, all right, you know, like.
And even then, my phone rings or whatever, and I'm like, oh, 1 sec, you know, what happened?
I gotta go to the bathroom. You want to pause it?
Yeah,
no. Well, you didn't see it. That's all right. I'll figure it out. Like, like,
right. Rewind. No,
that's what it's become for me.
Yeah.
At least I'm just like, all right. That's why I like the theater. I like the quiet, like, no one bothering you and sitting there and doing it.
Have you ever been bothered in the movie theater, like talking or whatever?
Oh yeah, there is times where, you know, you go to that annoying screening of something and there is like the people in front of you talking. I mean, there's a little less of that in LA, I think, because everyone respects cinema.
Yeah, people
but
get it.
Still, if you go to like the cheap night, like I've got like Tuesday at AMC, it's like $5 a movie. That's where everyone is like talking and disrespectful, I think, because it's like cheap.
Yeah.
But if you pay like, you know, $25, people are like,
can you believe that?
yeah, it's crazy.
$25 for a ticket.
I know.
That's insane.
I know. I signed up for the AMC Pass thing for a while, where it was like $23 a month, and you can go as many times as you want. And for a while, I was going, and then I was like, then I didn't go for like 3 months, and I was like, oh, this is a waste of money.
Yeah. Right.
I was like, I at least have to go twice a month to make it worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then I'll just go by myself sometimes because I'm just like,
yeah.
Because I'm like, I like going to movies by myself. I don't mind.
Oh, that rocks.
You do that?
That's like a great, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love doing things by myself.
Yeah. No, I mean, this city is a very by yourself city for a lot of things. I think it's like, it's very. I don't know if you've been to New York. Yeah. So like, it's very different, obviously. But here it's like it can get lonely real quick if you're not like actively going out and like making yourself present, like in groups or finding people to do things with or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Because everyone's just so spread out and in their own world. And
it's hard to coordinate, too.
It is,
everyone's busy. Everyone has things to do or jobs or dates.
It's a horrible city to coordinate something.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm on a group chat. We're trying to do like brunch, like with people I work with or whatever.
You're not doing
it's
that.
going back and forth. Like, I'm like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
No, not at all.
It's like,
or like 6 months from now.
6 months from now, maybe. Yeah. But it's like, LA comes down to like, you know, like where do you live? Like how far away are we from each other? You know?
Yeah, I'm not going to Venice.
No, what's everyone's schedule?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I don't know. I was a big fan when I first moved here. I would drive all over the place.
Just to familiarize yourself.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I have like a tickle in my throat. I'm just crying about the movies.
we could take a break if you want.
Okay.
I'll edit this part out. No, it's fine. I know. My throat was all like scratchy too before. Like, I'm just gonna do that so I know where to edit.
Oh my god! Of course this would happen. I'm so sorry.
We're not live. It's cool.
Oh, I thought we were. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Okay, great.
No, I didn't do live today.
Okay, great.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes we go like live on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah, no, I see them all the time.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know. I'll do it if there's like 3 people here. Maybe we'll do it, and that will get because it's a little more like crazy.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good.
All right. Let's see where we're at now. Yeah, so LA can be lonely. You got to force yourself to like go do things.
Drive around the city.
I
did that too. I love that.
Yeah.
It was really, I mean, like, in LA is so big and there's so many different things to see. Like, scenery changes all the time, like, all the neighborhoods and stuff. And it's a nice thing to do, especially if you have no friends.
What's your favorite part of town?
Ooh, I don't know. I love my neighborhood. I'm really close to Koreatown. I'm in East Hollywood.
Yeah.
So
Koreatown's got a lot of great restaurants.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I love the spot that I'm at because I'm right dead center between West Hollywood and Koreatown.
Nice.
So I get all, like, the best of both restaurants.
Totally.
It's so nice. Delivery comes to me, and it's great.
I like going to Koreatown. Parking's a nightmare, though.
Oh, yeah. But, like, the karaoke?
I haven't done that in forever. I used to.
You have to go.
I love karaoke. I love
You
karaoke.
do?
Yeah,
Me too.
I really do.
We should go.
I'm down to go.
No, we should go.
My ex-wife and I, we used to go karaoke all the time, and we also would go to those the rooms.
The private rooms. You can have like performance.
Oh my god, I have a crazy story about karaoke, and I haven't thought about this in a while, but the last time I went to one of those private rooms in Koreatown for karaoke, it was me, my ex-wife, and a bunch of friends. There was probably like 6 of us or something like that. We we rented one of the rooms, and they give you we ordered like a bottle of vodka and like some appetizers or whatever, and we're all singing the karaoke, and then like I remember like there were all these like girls like lined up in the hallway somewhere, and then like we were there maybe 40 minutes, and then all of a sudden SWAT teams came into the karaoke place, and they lined up all these girls that were like in like lingerie or whatever.
You're kidding.
And like there was FBI, there was SWAT, LAPD, like all this stuff, and we were the only ones there in this room, and like we have a window so we can see like what's going on, and we're like just like what the fuck is going on, and like literally there was a raid of human trafficking going on at this place, and I guess there was a hotel above the karaoke place.
No way.
And they all came in, and then the owners were like treating us like they were just like, oh, do you guys need anything else? Like there was like nothing going on, and we're all just like, we should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, for real.
Right. And like we all were freaking out, and it was the same day as the I think it was like the Women's Pride Parade or the Women's March downtown. The Women's March, the Women's March downtown or whatever. It was like that was like that afternoon or whatever. And then like all of us, like all the women that were with us were like we don't like, this is horrible. Like why are we here? Like, and then we're all like, we were all like, we don't want to support this establishment. Like if they're like a karaoke place, but like fronting as human trafficking or whatever, So like we made like a decision. We were like, we're not going to pay for any of this stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
And we told the cops, like the LAPD, we're like, hey, we're going to leave and we're not paying for any of this stuff. Yeah. And they were like, well, they're like, that's on you. That's on your decision. Like, I'm not gonna, You're not
gonna back me up.
Yeah, they didn't want to have anything to do with that. Like, they were dealing with the, whatever. But I was like, we were just like, we're not gonna pay. We don't want to support this place, human trafficking. So we all then we just started like downing the vodka and eating everything, and then we're like, all right, then we left. So that was the last time I went to one of those rooms. But other than that, they're usually very pleasant and fun, and hopefully there's not human trafficking going on in them. But
oh my god, that's so wild.
Yeah, I know, it was crazy.
That doesn't even faze me sometimes. Like that thought doesn't even come into my head. We're like, oh yeah, this could be a front for something else.
Well, Koreatown has a huge dark side too. There's like after hours. There's a lot of human trafficking going on. There's a lot of shady shit going on in Koreatown, but you don't really see it. You're like, oh look, there's all you can eat barbecue and sushi.
Late night show. Yeah, whatever. Exactly. It's fun.
It is. Yeah, there's like the coffee place that's cool, the Wii Spa, all that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it is a cool place, but it is a dark place too, I think.
Have you been to those spas? Like Wii Spa
I went to Wii Spa once, or no, I've been there twice. Yeah, Wii Spa. That's the only one I've been to.
Yeah.
Spa, yeah.
I haven't been to that one. I've been to this other one. It was like an all-women spa.
All women.
I loved it. That
Wii Spa is co-ed, but it's like obviously everyone has like separate, room. But there's a room where everyone can kind of like hang out. Oh, and they have like a restaurant or whatever.
Oh, nice.
That you can like sit. There's like I think they have like a sauna or like a clay room or whatever that's co-ed. Where you can go and like sit with like your friend, your opposite sex friends or whatever. It's like
the new gender.
You have whatever they them
just the
whatever they identify as, I don't know. I haven't been there in a while though either, but I've gone there twice. Yeah, there's a lot of cool little hidden gems in Koreatown. Yeah. That's cool that you're not that far from there. I like that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Now, do you see yourself staying in LA for a while?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I originally graduated from college, the plan was to move to New York. I love New York, and like I'm not a winter person at all. So after living in the Midwest for like 9 years, tired of it. But New York is the only place where I would do it all over again. Yeah. And I just love the attitude of it. Like I love
New York's fun.
It's so fun. It's so cool.
I grew up like 20 minutes from New York.
Oh no way.
Yeah, New Jersey. Yep. And I always wanted to live there for a year at least, and then come out here. But then I moved out here when I was like 21. I got like an internship, and then, then I just stayed and worked at that place. Yeah. So I was already here. So I was like, and I got the job, and I was like, I might as well just stay. So I just stayed, and then I've been here like 21 years.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I know. I've been here a long time.
Yeah. Oh my god. So you're here for life, probably.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I've seen this city like in all different ways, like good times, great to now it's like it's all right now, you know. It's like
you're used
the
to
pandemic. Back in like 2010 to like 14 was like a great time here. Like the city was thriving and everything was open late. And, you know,
sounds fun.
Yeah, it was cool. And now it's like it's a little. Hopefully it bounces back at some point.
Yeah,
But,
right. But I was I am kind of similar to me. Like I had an internship in between my junior and senior year of college here.
Right.
And I just loved it so much. And like I was living with my aunt at the time in Woodland Hills, and like I loved it. And you know, and it's warm, you know, and some great weather.
The weather is the big thing. Yeah.
So and then having to go back to Indiana for another year, I was like so depressed just thinking about it.
Now, your family still lives in Indiana?
I had no family in Indiana.
Sorry.
North Carolina.
Where do they live now? North Carolina.
They're in Virginia right now.
Now they're in
my
Virginia.
My parents just retired this past year.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 older sisters.
2 older sisters. 3 girls. Wow, how was that growing up?
You know, hostile. It was fun, but it was fun.
How much are they? Like a lot older than you, or like a similar age?
We're all 3 years apart.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's a good. That's a good.
We're
spread out a little bit. Yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, my sister and I are 3 years apart. Yeah, I have one
it's
sister.
Nice, right?
It
like,
is. It's good. Yeah. It's like it's not like
you relate a little bit.
You relate a little bit,
not
but like
much.
you're not like on each other's like birthdays or whatever.
Yeah. There's an age gap for sure.
Age gap. Yeah, that's the good thing. That's awesome. So your comedy, I'm trying to think about your asshole story that you did on the live show.
Yeah, it was during the pandemic, and I threw up in this guy's bed and then called him the wrong name during sex, like the following week.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Good
So
times.
if you want to elaborate more, all right. So you were seeing a guy, you threw up in his bed.
Yeah.
And then you called him the wrong name during sex.
Yeah.
That was all on the same night? I'm trying to remember.
No, that was like 1 week apart.
How long did you date this guy?
I mean, like date is a strong word. You know, it was like lockdown buddy.
A pandemic buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't know.
Convenient.
Probably like, I don't know, maybe 2 months or something
2
like
months.
that. Yeah, because then I went home for a month, and then when I got back, we just never texted again.
Right.
Like we never read up or anything. So it was just like it's over.
So you got drunk.
Yeah, we would get drunk a lot. I don't know.
Well, that was all there was to do.
Were you doing that too? Because I was getting drunk all the time.
Yeah, I think I almost became like an alcoholic during the pandemic.
Yeah, no, actually, like it was like scary time.
I know my ex-wife did for sure. Yeah, that's another story. But drinking and just cooking, and that was about it.
No, I was not cooking.
Oh,
no. What it was, because like when did we lock down? March? It was like mid-March, March 14th, because I remember the day.
No, it was because I was in Mexico when.
Oh no way!
When the states locked down.
No way.
I was in Mexico City.
Was it hard to get back?
No, but it was like I remember everyone was because Mexico was like 3 weeks behind.
Yeah.
Like the United States or whatever. So like everyone, I was in Mexico City for like a week and a half or whatever, and everyone here was telling me, no, you don't understand. Like this is serious.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking about? Everything's open
You're
here.
in Mexico. You're like, what do you mean?
You got like a margarita.
Yeah,
they were calling it coronavirus, and I was like, I got a corona right here. I was
some virus.
And then people were like, "That's not funny, man." It's not.
Yeah,
I'm like, what are you
people
talking
are
about?
dying.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Oh, there's no toilet paper here," and I was like, "Wait, is it really that bad?"
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, and then I remember when I
flowers.
came back, they were like, you need masks to get on the plane and all this shit. And I was like, I couldn't find a mask. Yeah. And then I bought toilet paper in the Mexican airport.
Yeah.
And I brought it back with me on the plane because I had no idea what I was like flying into. I was like, this is a disaster apparently.
Yeah. And it was gone.
Yeah, it was gone by the time I got back.
Paper
at all.
People were washing their groceries and shit.
Yeah,
the outside of the bag. And
it was crazy. Yeah.
No, but yeah, so we were just drinking
a
lot.
I didn't have trouble getting back, but like when I got back, I was like, oh yeah, this is. And then I got back, and then 2 days later is when they shut down the city completely.
Oh wow!
I got back just in time, and I was debating like, do I stay in Mexico? Like for a couple weeks. I almost did. Because my best friend lives in Mexico City, and I was like,
oh yeah.
I was like, yes, maybe I should stay for like another week or two, or whatever. And she's like, yeah, you could, and I was like, all right.
She's like, yeah, you could.
Yeah, no, I know, but I was like, I don't know. I was like, but then if I had stayed, I probably wouldn't have been able to come back.
No, right. Imagine if you did. Like, you'd probably be there maybe now.
I don't know. I probably would have just stayed there. Yeah.
And become a citizen. Who knows?
That's
you
what
love
she
it
did.
so much. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't. But it was crazy. It was like, I don't know. That was such a weird time.
It was scary. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it was just so uncertain. Like,
Now, did you have a roommate or just this guy you're seeing?
no, I had 2 roommates.
2 roommates.
2 roommates, 1 bathroom.
Oh man.
Yeah, no toilet paper.
No toilet paper. You couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Oh,
We were
God.
fucked. It was
This
so
is
bad.
that's hard. I mean, I remember. I mean, I was married at the time during that COVID thing, but my ex-wife and I we were living in a 1-bedroom apartment like 3 months before COVID, and then we moved to a little house in Hollywood that was a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So we moved just in time to be locked down because then we were locked down in that house for like another year or whatever. So. Yeah, it was a good time to move right before it all happened. Because if it was the 1-bedroom apartment, we probably would have killed each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Many people did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 roommates, 1 bathroom.
Yeah.
Did you know your roommates well?
Not really. I had worked with, it was a girl and a guy, and we all went to Indiana together, but
Okay.
we didn't know each other.
College associates.
Yeah. And the girl, she and I worked at a record store together. So, and she was looking for a 3rd person for this house that she had found. And I was
Right.
like, oh, I'm going to LA. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be down, but didn't know each other super well. We were just like work friends,
Yeah.
and that turned out to be like a big disaster too.
Oh
But it
man.
was just like, you don't know somebody until you live with them
Yeah.
fully.
Now,
and
did
then,
you
like,
guys all
see
get along
everything.
during this time when you're locked up, or?
No.
No?
I mean, we didn't all
stay in
really
your
get
room?
along beforehand either. It was kind
Really?
of like, we like played teams a little bit. So it was like 2 against 1.
Did you have a lot of friends in town at this point?
Well, I moved here in June 2019. I moved by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any family or friends. My aunt was living here for a
Drove
little
out?
while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drove out.
Nice. Yeah, I did that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. No, it was great. Me and my Chevy Cruise. It was great.
And then you started making friends.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
said yes to everything. Like
Just go
anybody
out,
that
yeah.
invite me to anything,
Yeah.
big or small, is like, yeah, I'm going.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do
You
it.
meet people.
So your roommates get on each other's case a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them would like break our stuff and then like not fess up to it.
Oh,
We're
man.
like, well, I know I didn't break my shit. And
Yeah.
this girl's saying that she didn't. So,
Right. Ugh, that's
what's the
annoying.
point?
That's a long time to live with, to be locked down with people.
Yeah. See
Yeah.
him every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It was.
Oh,
I
well,
mean,
you-
like friendships were broken.
You survived though.
Hardly.
Yeah.
I feel like
It was either it was such a weird time. It was either people were living alone, where I knew a lot of people that lived alone, and they were like going nuts, like alone, because they couldn't go to a bar, they couldn't go to a restaurant, they could go to a park, maybe.
Yeah.
That's about
Even
it.
for a little bit. Like
Even for
the
a little
park's
bit.
closed.
The parks
Remember?
were closed.
The
You
beaches
could
were closed.
walk on the street, whatever, Yeah, I made a whole film during that. I went and took my
Oh, yeah?
I took my drone out in the city and I filmed the whole city empty. It was actually a cool like week that I did that.
That's cool.
But yeah, like they were either living alone or they were with a significant other, and then they weren't with the significant other after the whole situation.
No, I feel like a lot of people broke up.
Or they did, or they survived it, or they ended up in a relationship because there was nothing else to do, and they all moved in with each other and had kids and whatnot, and now they're together and. It's either working or it's not, like.
Yeah.
So it's like there was all these like weird dynamics of different people's like relationships and where they were.
People
and
were
stuff.
getting desperate during that time.
They were,
too. I
yeah.
mean, like people were stealing like crazy,
Stealing
and
stuff,
like
yeah.
scammers were out to get people.
Oh, yeah.
And, like people were moving in with each other. Have you seen this? It's this woman on TikTok. She just like blew up because of
Oh,
her
yeah.
story. Risa Tisa.
The man. Who did I marry?
Yes, yeah. She was a COVID relationship too.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy moved in with her because they were going into lockdown.
He was like a liar or something, right?
He
I didn't
was,
watch the whole thing, but I
it's
read some of it.
wild.
Yeah.
He made up everything.
That's
Everything he ever
crazy.
told her was a complete lie.
Yeah.
It was, and they were like together for like a year or two or something like that.
Yeah.
It was wild.
That's crazy. I mean, well, yeah, it's like a year or two. That's kind of quick, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I got married after a year and a half. So who am I to say?
Oh,
that?
really?
And obviously it didn't last. So, yeah, it was a crazy time. But we all survived, or most of us survived it. Mm-hmm. Obviously there's some fatalities, but not to get depressing.
No.
But I'm actually looking forward to the next pandemic. I kind of like the.
What do you think it's gonna be?
I don't know, but I the one thing I did like about it, like I was like cooking food and like grilling, and there was like time to talk to people. Like you'd go on FaceTime, or like there was like the Zoom. There was the friggin' Clubhouse app, like all that shit.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
It was just like
Where
it was
is
just
Clubhouse
it was.
now?
I don't know. I think it's still around, but no one uses it. But it was just like. I don't know. It just like tested it. Like the one thing I liked how clean the skies were in the air. The track. It was like a reset.
It
like
really
you
was.
connected with like I don't know family. You were able to talk to them more. No one was busy doing shit. I don't know. Then there was the government handout that everyone loved.
Oh, I loved that. I paid my rent for a full year just on the government assistance.
Exactly.
It was insane.
I know.
They were giving out so much money too.
So much money.
It was insane.
Yeah.
I think it like woke a lot of people up, being like, "Oh, you had all this money beforehand."
I know.
Like the government.
I
and
know.
You weren't going to help me before.
It's crazy.
Funny how that works.
It's crazy. What's weird for me is that I was still working during the whole thing.
What were you doing?
I had my dog business, so I have a dog business.
Oh, okay.
And I was actually
cool.
very busy working during the pandemic.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, it was weird. It was like, it was I don't know, like, my ex-wife was like, she was working remotely, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just it was strange because like a lot of people I still had free time, but like it was like, I was still like getting up every day and doing stuff, working.
So you didn't get the unemployment?
I did.
You did?
I was still able to get it.
You were working and you were getting unemployment. So you were living the life.
I fucking saved all that money.
Oh my God. That's so crazy.
I was like, this is a moment in time that's probably not going to happen again.
No, never. No, the government's never going to give us that much
never
again.
Never again. No.
No.
That's why I mean the next pandemic. We should have something like not that extreme or whatever, but like there should be like a reset. I think every 10 years, like everything shuts down for a month.
Yeah.
Or something, and like maybe there's some assistance, but like it's just like regroup, reassociate with like family members, take time for yourself, mental health.
Yeah.
The air is clean for like, a couple weeks, whatever. I don't know, like just something like that. I think the earth needed it. I think the human race needed it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So like Europe kind of does something like that. They take August off every year.
Well, I don't know why we don't do that. Sometimes as an American, I'm like, we're crazy.
No, doesn't it suck sometimes to
it
be
does.
American? You're like, I don't understand. Like we could be so much better than we are right now, but we just don't for some reason. I don't get it.
It doesn't make any sense. Now, have you traveled to Europe a bunch or no?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your background? What are you?
So my dad is Turkish and my
Turkish.
mom's side is German.
Turkish and German. Okay, yeah. I couldn't. I was like, I don't know what you are. I was like,
Just white.
Just white. Turkish and German. Okay, that's cool. Have you been to Germany or Turkey?
I have both. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Germany. I've been to Turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love Turkey. I've traveled a lot when I was pretty young.
Yeah.
So I don't remember like too many details from it.
Right.
And like I'm so grateful that I was like I had a family that was so blessed and fortunate to be able to take me on these cool trips. But I don't really remember it.
No, that's awesome.
I was too young.
Yeah, I know. Right. You got to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm like too broke to go back. I have to like wait 10 more years.
I know. That's the only thing. Yeah. It's like, I know. It's like I want to travel more too, and it's like it's hard to get out of this city. Is what I've noticed. It's like it's really like you really have to make an effort to get out of LA.
Yeah, well, just like the drive to the airport is a fucking nightmare.
It traps you. It's just like there's so much shit going on. Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
I know.
All right. So asshole story. So you threw up in the guy's bed.
Yeah.
I go off on tangents. So.
Yeah, I know.
You threw up in the guy's bed. You called him the wrong name.
Yeah.
Was he sober or was he drunk
No,
too?
he was drunk
So
too.
did he realize that you called him the wrong name?
Yeah, because he brought it up to me because I don't remember doing it. I blacked out. So like,
now was the other name someone else that you were kind of saying?
No.
Or just someone on your mind?
No, I don't know. I've never met a person with that name.
You don't even know. Do you know the name that you called him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to say it was Malcolm?
Malcolm.
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't know. I don't know anybody named Malcolm.
You don't know Malcolm at all.
Malcolm X. So that's all I know. That's all I know.
That's who you were envisioning.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish it was Malcolm X instead of whoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so he gets pissed at you for calling him the wrong name, right? But didn't you leave? Didn't you? Wait, what was the rest of the story?
Okay,
wait.
so like I threw up in his bed first.
Right.
And that was like the week before.
Yeah.
And so like we're just drinking a lot. And this time it was like, we had all of our pods in the, or like groups of friends that we could see during the pandemic, during lockdown.
Right.
And so I broke mine for one night. I like lied to my roommates. And I was like, I just have to get away from y'all. So I went to like a wine night with like two of my other friends, and they lived in Koreatown.
Okay.
I'm in West Hollywood at the time.
Yeah.
And that guy that I was seeing was in East Hollywood, so it was like a good like little middle spot.
Right.
And he was like in my pod originally. So I'm texting him and whatever, drinking a lot of red wine. I hate red wine. I don't know why.
You don't like red wine?
No, I'm not.
That's all that was available.
I guess.
Everything
I don't
was
know.
rationed, remember?
Well, like, yeah, whatever you could find, drink.
Yeah.
So I was drinking a lot of red wine, and he's texting me, and like it's getting like a little hot and heavy and whatever. And I'm like, I love confidence so much. So he texted me saying something like, "Well, tell your friends not to go too hard because you're coming home with me." And I was like, "Yep."
Right.
I will do that.
Right.
And I did go too hard, but he picked me up, and like, I'm like so drunk. Like it's like insane. Like I can't even like stand up straight or like really, I'm like dead at this point, like brain dead, nothing, no thoughts,
Right.
just, seeing the 5 feet in front of me.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember if we hooked up, probably not, because I was just like a mess, like a slinky of a person.
A slinky of a person.
You know, just like can't stand up straight, and I'm like falling all over the place. And he puts me in bed and we go to bed, and I wake up at like 5 a.m, projectile vomiting, red wine.
Oh, the red wine, yeah, all over the bed.
All over the white bed.
The white linens.
And it's not just the bed, it's like the wall, and it's the floor, and it's the window. It's like my vomit was like a magnet.
It's like
and
The Exorcist.
Everything. Yes, I was getting exercised. Yeah, exactly. It was awful. It was like the most mortifying moment of my life.
Is he awake at this point?
Oh yeah. I mean, you hear it, you know.
Man.
And
is he just standing there like, what the fuck?
He was being very nice. Like, he was.
How did you meet
nice.
this guy?
He was co-workers with one of my roommates.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. And he had like also.
And this was at his place, yeah.
Yeah. And his roommate did move home, so like he was essentially living by himself.
Right.
And it's already over everything. So like there's no saving it. The situation, like a trash can't help me.
No,
you know?
you need like a cleanup crew in there.
No, oh my God, need a biohazard team for sure, absolutely. But I'm like a little drunk still, and I'm like mortified. I know what's happening, so I just start like crying because I just don't know what else to do, and I start bundling everything. I start ripping the sheets off of his bed.
Yeah.
I grab everything that I can, like the pillow, the comforter, sheets, like everything. Bundling it all up, I get all my things together, and he's trying to calm me down. And he's being so sweet about it because he understands, and like, you know, you see somebody else, and like I'm obviously so embarrassed, and he gets that, and he knows I feel the guilt and whatever, and he's very nice about it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but like he's trying to calm me down. He's like, and I'm trying to leave. Like, I'm trying to order a Lyft to go home. And he's like, you don't have to leave. Don't worry about it.
Right. He's trying to take care of you.
Yeah, but
he's like, I'll take care of you.
No, I think he wanted me to stay and clean up is what it was.
All right. So he wasn't like you that much where he's like, no, I got you, babe. Like,
no. Oh my God. He wasn't like, oh, smart, sweet baby.
So he wasn't like holding you and holding up your hair.
No. Oh my God, no. I think like he threw me like paper towels, and I was like, okay. Like, I think like it was a little bit of both. Like he understood that I was embarrassed, so he wanted to like not make me feel embarrassed, but he was also like, you better clean this shit up, and rightfully so. But I was like crying and sobbing. I was like, I just need to leave. I have to get out of here. Like, I need to go home, obviously. Yeah. So I order the Lyft, and I'm like carrying the sheets like this, like a big pile and everything. And I took his trash can, his bedroom trash can, and he's like, you're taking that too? And I was like, yeah, I'm taking everything. Obviously, you're getting these back, maybe. Who knows? Right. But I'm leaving the building. And right outside, and it's like dawn, or it's 6 a.m. or something, super early, like nobody's awake or should be. And there's a group of homeless people right outside the door, and one of them is like, they're probably drunk themselves, and one of them just screams out to me like, oh, is that a gift for me? What do you got there, hun? And I'm just like feeling all these emotions. I'm overwhelmed, and I'm angry at myself, and now you. And I scream back at him saying, none of your fucking business. And I just get in my Lyft and I go.
And you take the sheets with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now the Lyft smells too now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably. I'm sure. And it's like 6 a.m.
And what do you do with the sheets? You just throw them out? Or you try to wash them?
No, I looked it up, looked up the brand of sheet, and they're real fucking expensive.
Oh, they were?
No. And I mean, it's red wine and your white sheets.
So this guy had nice sheets. So he wasn't like a broke kid.
No, he wasn't broke at all. No. Came from like a nice, wealthy family. Went to Berkeley, like all this shit.
Oh, so Berkeley sheets. Yeah.
They were Berkeley sheets. Exactly. So I paid him for the sheets, and apparently the amount that I gave him $100, and it wasn't enough. No. He said it wasn't enough.
They're probably like $300 sheets.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, no, probably. Yeah, actually, I'm sure it was. But I don't know. And I was like so, just embarrassed beyond belief. Mortified isn't even the right word. I'm devastated is what it is. And I'm like, if he wants to talk to me after that, that's great. But if he doesn't, I get it. Like, no apology is enough. Right. Yeah. Like, paying you back, it just isn't enough. Like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened. So, but he reaches back out to me again, and he's like, don't worry about it. Like, I understand, and, we're cool. I want to keep seeing you. And I was like, okay.
All right. So he's into you then. Even with the throw up barf.
I guess, but I don't even know.
But you weren't that into him.
No, I was, but I was just so nervous. Like, you fuck up so majorly, and like, I don't know. He's also like about 4 years older than me at the time, so I was just like younger person, older, cool guy, like clearly has a good head on his shoulders, and I just like ruined your room, and he has to clean up my vomit. Like, it's so gross, you know? Yeah. And then,
well, that's a relationship, though.
I guess.
Cleaning up after each other. You're like, this is too serious. Forget it.
I mean, I don't know. Like, it's too much. It's just so
No, I get
bad.
that, yeah.
You know?
So do you kind of like just ghost him, or like do you say like it's not gonna work out?
No. I kept seeing him.
Oh, you did.
You know. So then the following week, we're drinking again, a lot again, and I think he doesn't black out. Obviously, I did, but we're hooking up. And everything's fine and all good. And apparently I just called him the wrong name.
That's when you did the name thing. Yeah.
Malcolm.
Yeah. All right, Malcolm. Yeah.
And I don't know how I said it. I don't know what context or whatever. And I was even questioning him. I was like, are you sure I wasn't like slurring my words and that just happened to make sense or whatever? And he's like, no, you said it clearly. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, sorry.
Yeah. What are you
Love
gonna do?
you. Sorry.
Love you. Yeah.
Yeah. But he asked me, he's like, who's Malcolm?
Who's Malcolm?
And I was like, I don't know. The first thought that came to my mind was like Malcolm in the Middle, that TV
Malcolm
show.
Middle,
And I was like, because I've never met a Malcolm ever in my life. To this day, I've never met a Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. I know one Malcolm.
Malcolm
But
X.
no, I don't know him. Well, he's dead. But no, I work with a Malcolm. That was the only Malcolm I know.
You do?
Yeah.
You did.
Just recently though, I've just met the first Malcolm I think I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah. After that, then we kind of slowed down.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of a drunk mess right now.
Drunk mess.
All the time, all day.
And he moved on. And
for
you
sure.
you don't talk to him anymore.
No.
So he won't hear this story.
I hope he does.
You hope he
want
does?
him to know that I'm so sorry.
There you go.
I want to look into the camera.
Tag him.
So
If you
sorry.
you can find him on
I
Instagram.
was awful to you, and I deeply apologize.
There you go. See, there's an apology,
Love
Malcolm.
you.
Or
Okay.
not Malcolm.
No, not.
Sorry. I don't know his name. I'm gonna call him Malcolm.
Okay.
Oh my God. Well, see, that's that's what happens, I guess.
When you get drunk all the time.
Yeah. Well, the drinking during the pandemic is. I've definitely thrown up a lot drinking over the years.
Oh, for sure.
I'm trying to remember if I've thrown up anywhere inappropriate. I think I have.
That used to be my reputation.
Really?
In
Just throwing
college.
up, just getting drunk and then throwing up.
Yeah, in college it was. Yeah, and it got so bad that like people stopped caring when I would throw up, and that's when I realized like this is bad.
I think the last I think I threw up like recent, like maybe this year or not within the year. Mm-hmm. I remember
Isn't it the worst feeling
I remember
of all time?
getting drunk and taking an Uber home. Oh no! And then having the guy pull over and throwing up on the sidewalk or
Well, at
something
least
like that.
you did that.
No,
At
I
least it
definitely
wasn't in the
definitely
car.
was like pull over because I don't want to pay your cleaning car fee or whatever. I don't know when it was
banned.
though. I don't know. Like it's like it takes a lot for me to throw up.
Yeah, no, it takes nothing for me.
I think it's like mixing the different alcohols.
Yeah.
It's like, which you do when you're young.
Yeah.
You drink, I don't know what your drink of choice is, but
Tequila.
Tequila?
Yeah.
All right. So you start off with tequila.
Or Jaeger.
Jaeger.
I love Jaeger.
Oh, man. I hate that shit.
Well, everybody does. I
don't
don't
like
get
that.
it.
I don't like the taste of it.
It's so sweet.
It's like licorice flavored, right?
Yeah.
Do you like licorice?
Not really.
See, I don't get that. Everyone I
it's
know,
sweet.
everyone hates the licorice candy, like the flavor, like the Twizzler
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, you don't want to eat it, but you can drink it.
That doesn't
You
make any
know?
sense to me.
Well, I mean, like, what sounds
Still
better? A
tastes the
shot
same.
of vodka
Sure.
or a Jaeger bomb?
Or a vodka candy.
Yeah, vodka candy.
Yeah, no, I get a Jaeger bomb. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
don't
doing
know.
like straight Jaeger. No,
No?
it's like a Jaeger bomb.
What about
Yeah.
Fireball? You like that shit?
I don't, but I'll do it.
You will.
I used to. Like,
Yeah.
I used to like do it all the time.
So
Indiana.
you're a big drinking girl. You like
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I smoke more than I drink for
smoke
sure.
weed
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drinking is just too heavy.
Do you smoke or do you do edibles?
Smoke.
Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Edibles don't do much for me.
Really?
Yeah, I have to have a lot of them to feel something.
I prefer an edible over the. I mean, I can do the vape pen.
Oh yeah.
I can do that. Like I had a friend who used to give me the bowls all the time, and like they started hurting my lungs after a while, and I was like, oh, this is too much.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't do it all the time. You're like, and I can't drink and smoke anymore. I have to pick one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
I don't know. I've tried to do both a couple times. The last time I did it at the Improv, I smoked and then drank, and I got so fucked up I had to leave because I was like, I don't even know where I am.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's like it's at the end of the night.
Yeah, and
when
then
you should do
like
that.
my friends that were there had to text me, be like, did Doug die?
Yeah.
Like,
Where is Doug?
yeah, I just like disappeared at one point. So I have to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
So usually, I don't know. I can kind of do like a half edible and drink a little bit, but I can't. If I smoke the joint or the bowl or whatever, like that wrecks me. Plus drinking, like that's too much for me.
Yeah, it puts me over the edge.
Yeah,
But I kind of like that. Like,
it's supposed to take you off the edge. Weed, I thought. But I don't know.
Oh, but like drinking then smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that puts me over the edge.
That's too much. Yeah.
Right. But then it puts me to sleep. So you always do it at the end of the night when you're like on the way home.
On the way home.
Going.
Do
Or
you
you're
do,
at
do you do
home.
like a hybrid or like a?
Yeah, I like hybrids. A lot.
Yeah, I have to do a hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really notice it though.
Indica once in a while I'll do, like if I'm going to sleep, like
Mm-hmm.
I've taken a puff of that before, like just going to sleep. Sativa gets me too crazy. I can't do that.
I don't know the difference between any of them. Like I don't feel a difference.
You don't feel the difference. You feel the same.
Not really. No, but I also like cheap weed, so like it's
Cheap
probably
weed.
all the same shit anyway. So whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know nothing about like, oh, this is the high quality grade. Like I have no clue.
Oh, you'll feel it though.
You'll feel it, but I
Yeah.
have no clue. Like going into the weed store, I'm like,
Oh
I
my
don't fucking.
god!
I'm
You ever
like,
go into MedMen?
I've been in MedMen, yeah.
I love it there because they're so like particular about it. Like
Yeah.
they love to show you like the nugs or like whatever
Yeah,
they
yeah,
like
yeah,
to
like
call it,
smell
and they
it.
get so into it. They're like, look at this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ooh.
I like the smell. Yeah, I like the.
So
I like,
cool.
I'm like, oh, this is like pineapple flavor.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
all-
that smells good.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, sure, looks good.
Whatever works. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Yeah, everyone's like, well, like some of these places give you like discounts and stuff all the time, like cookies. That place on Melrose.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they have like a card now. Like if you work,
Rewards card or some shit.
it's like a metal like credit card or something. But it's like
You're kidding.
apparently they're only giving out like 200 or something like that, and like. It's for people who work in the area or live in the area off Melrose. So I think since I'm at Improv, we can get them or whatever. But like you gotta. I guess it's like 30% off and then 20% off for life or something like that.
For life.
For life, yeah. But I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't smoke enough to be like, oh my god, like this. I have a bunch of weed over there that like I haven't even used. It's just sitting there. It's just like people come over and they're like, oh, I'll have some. Okay, I'm like, yeah, have it. I don't use it that much unless like someone's over.
For the guests.
It's for the guests.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good host. You're such a good LA host.
We usually like try to like when there's people here actually like we drink on this thing. You have to come back when we have like co-hosts and stuff because it gets crazy sometimes.
No, wait, can I recommend a dispensary to you?
Yeah.
It's right by my house. It's right off of Western and Melrose. Western and Melrose. It's so great. It's called Smart Weed.
Smart Weed.
Yeah, it's like super grungy. It's like a little scary. You have to walk down a really long hallway,
Really?
and there's like a security guard like decked out and like all the armor and shit. But it has such great deals. It has like low grade and high grade weed. And the best
I feel like
deals,
those are the places you have to go.
they're the best.
Yeah.
Like skip MedMen. You don't need to spend extra
MedMen
money
or
there.
Cookies. Like some of these are.
Skip it.
What's the place up the street I've gone to? The
Sweet Flower? It's not there anymore.
that's not there anymore. But there's a place. It's another chain. The Artist Way or whatever.
Oh, Artistry?
Artistry,
Yeah.
Artist Way.
No.
That's a program. Artistry, yeah. Like those places are like fancy, high end,
Like doctor's office.
like doctor's office.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
no,
you're going to a
skip
spa.
it.
Like go to the
Yeah.
place that like looks like you might get mugged going
Yeah,
into.
the creepy places. The sketchier, the better.
Really?
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
but this place does.
I'll have
It's
to
so
go.
great. They do, what is it? Oh my God. It's 7 joints for $15.
Oh wow,
It's amazing.
that's great.
They're like full grams.
See, I never know what I'm buying either. I got to go in and like
No,
get
it's
advice from
fine.
the people or
They
whatever,
do
or I go
deals.
with someone that knows what the fuck the shit is. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah. I don't know. All right, so Jaeger and tequila and weed. What else? Do you do any? You don't do any hardcore shit, right?
No, the hard stuff scares me.
Yeah. Me
It's
too.
too much.
It's too much. Yeah.
I've never even tried it. Just like the thought
Good.
of it freaks
Don't,
me
yeah,
out.
don't do it. Don't try it. Yeah, no, it's no. I get freaked out with that. I'll have like panic attacks just thinking about that shit.
Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna die. I think
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the first time I ever do a hard drug, I will die.
Yeah. I have no reason to do it.
I have done shrooms though.
Shrooms I've had.
I was on a shrooms kick for like 4 months.
I don't really
It was
consider
great.
that a hard drug, I guess,
No.
but it's like, I guess it's like it's a little
Harder.
little more than weed, but like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like yeah, but even that freaks me out a little bit.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I got to be in the right environment or whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And like I know people that they're telling me that they've done like ayahuasca and shit, and I'm like, that sounds awful.
no, I
They're like,
can't
I had
handle
to,
that.
they're like, you have to have someone else like there to take care of your body for the whole night.
Like a guide. You need like
you need a guide to
through it. I'm
hold
like,
you the
oh,
whole night,
God,
and
that
like
sounds terrible.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that sounds awful.
And you put yourself through that?
Yeah.
Willingly? Like that sounds terrible.
Oh my
It sounds
God.
like a nightmare.
I'd rather just die.
yeah,
I-
no,
yeah.
honestly, like that's living
Like
a nightmare.
I remember like the first 1 or 2 times I smoked weed in college, I had like a huge like water bong hit or some shit.
Same.
And I
Oh,
thought I was gonna
God.
die. Like I was tripping so hard.
It
I thought
hurts, right?
It hurt.
Yes.
I was coughing for like it felt like 5 hours. I couldn't
Yeah.
stop coughing.
Right.
And then I also felt like I was gonna die.
It's like-
I was that high. I felt like I was dying.
It's like fire in your lungs.
Yeah, it's
They're in
crazy.
your esophagus too.
It's crazy.
The first time I got high was from a bong, and I told everyone in the room I could feel the hair growing out of my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just start saying crazy ass shit. Yeah,
They're all like, "You're so stupid."
I know, I know.
Yeah, but
that's the thing. I haven't smoked in a while, so I feel like if I go, I did an edible not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that's kind of chill for me. But if I went back to smoking, I feel like I might have one of those trippy moments again until I get used to it again.
you probably feel really good. You'd be like giggly and like, it's just like very light.
I'm like a happy
You're
drunk.
Like,
I'm like a happy like high guy. Like I don't get like moody or crazy. Like
no, that's the best.
the people that get like violent or like in a bad mood. It's like fuck that shit.
Have you seen like angry drunks at the Improv? I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
you have.
Oh, I mean, I've seen a lot of angry drunks in my life. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you realize, all right, this is someone you gotta get away from.
Yeah. Keep an eye out. And
Like
stay away.
they're good for like the first 3 drinks, and then afterwards you're like, all right, see you later.
They just like flip on you.
They flip.
It's
It's bad alcoholic or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a problem. Yeah, no, there's definitely bad drunks at the Improv. Yeah, yeah.
Not me though.
But there's a lot. No, not you. Well, I don't even think I've seen you drunk. Well, I don't
I've
know.
been drunk so many
I'm
times.
sure. Yeah.
Brian can tell you.
Yeah. I know. I feel like you guys. Well, you hang out with Evan a lot there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Evan
he's coming
Sandberg.
on the podcast next week.
Oh, was he really?
Oh, and maybe
I
no,
love
two
Evan.
weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm
love
excited to have him on. Yeah, he's
My
great.
bestie.
Yeah, you guys are like besties, right?
Yeah,
you guys
we
met.
are.
You guys met at Hollywood Comedy.
No, we
No?
met at this other open mic. It's not around anymore,
Oh.
but it was called Next Up. It was in North
Oh, cool.
Hollywood, and it was like just out of a small garage, and yeah, it was really fun. It was like a really fun environment for a long time, but it just kind of
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So drinking and what else do I want to talk about? All right. Let's see. So that was your biggest asshole moment that you revealed. It's a pretty good one, I'd say.
yeah, it's kind of recent too.
It was. Yeah. It's not too long
Somewhat
ago.
recent.
Yeah. Were you like an asshole kid growing up or no?
I was an angry kid growing
Angry?
up. Yeah, I had like a real bad temper.
Really?
Yeah, it was just I don't know, like little things would set me off. And being the youngest of
You're the
three
youngest.
girls,
That's
and
gotta
like
be
girls know how to push your buttons,
Right,
and they
right.
know how to pick at you.
Yeah.
And like my sisters would purposely like get me angry and then call me bipolar and be like, something's wrong with you. Like you should be fine. And I was like, but you're messing me up.
Yeah.
You know how to piss
That's
me
gotta.
off.
Yeah, because the youngest.
And that makes me even more
the
mad
youngest
that you're like,
girl out of 3. That's
Yeah.
that's tough growing up. I would say
Yeah.
because they're just giving you shit, right? Just
Yeah.
teasing you.
just picking on you, every
Yeah.
single thing about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like verbal insults were insane in my house.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
fun.
Do you
It was
get along with your sisters now? Are you guys
Yeah.
close? Yeah. Good.
Yeah, in adulthood, like we're so much
Right.
better. But like, yeah, as a kid, as a
As a kid,
teenager,
yeah.
and like my
Wow.
oldest sister was like my biggest bully for a long time. So like, and like your family really toughens you up for the real world, you know?
Isn't that weird how like you're growing up like siblings are just awful to each other?
Yeah.
And then at some point
What?
it just is like, no, you're the best thing I have.
Yeah,
Like
you
we're
get
so
me.
lucky to have each other. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I do wish I had a brother for a long time.
Yeah.
But I felt like I was kind of the brother of the family,
Right.
like for a while. But
Right.
like it was just, yeah, it's tough. And
Yeah.
like growing up in Texas and like, Texas makes you tough as well. But then moving to Michigan, like it was so different.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, and like my oldest sister went off to college at that point, so it was just me and my middle sister, and then she left after 2 years to go to college, so it was just me and my parents
There you go.
for a long time.
There you go. Well, Katie Bingol. I like your name too, by the way.
Thank you.
Katie Bingol. It's a fun name.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah, kind of like up down. I like it.
Katie Bingol.
Katie Bingol.
Yeah. It's catchy.
Thanks.
It's a catchy name. Yeah, I like it. So what is next for you? You have your show and then
Hot Girl Hour.
Hot Girl Hour. When is the next Hot Girl Hour?
That's this Friday.
Oh, it's this Friday.
Actually, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm actually missing it. I'm missing my own
Why?
show. I'm gonna be at the Improv.
Oh.
I'm doing Kita's show.
Oh, that's okay, yeah, on Friday.
Friday 7:30.
Friday 7:30. Okay, yeah, awesome.
The lab.
What is it? Behind the Lines, right?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
so I'm sad to be missing my own show, but I'm
Yeah,
getting
but
a
you get
great
to-
guest host,
You
Hannah
get to
Beth.
do a spot
She'll
at
be
the
there.
Improv. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
it works out.
Perfect. All right, cool.
Miss my hotties. I'm gonna miss my hotties.
Oh man, how are they gonna survive without
I
you?
don't know. Who's gonna bring the slut energy?
I'll have to come see your next Hawk. I'll go see when you're on it. Obviously, I don't want to go see when you're
April.
in April.
Yeah.
All right, it's once a month.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
monthly.
All right, that's
April
awesome.
5th. Be there.
April 5th.
You can be on it. You want to be a hot girl?
I'll be a hot girl.
You want to be a little slutty? Slutty on stage?
I'm gonna be out of town April 5th.
No.
but I would love to
be
do it
in
sometime.
town. Cancel your trip.
I'm gonna be
What
in
are you doing?
I'm gonna be in Alaska.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm doing Basshole in
fine.
Alaska.
Okay, we'll be a hot girl in Alaska. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You should bring Hot Girl to Alaska.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. People
thaw,
would come.
thaw out the tundra with the roster of
with my hot
girl
girls.
comics.
Wait, that's kind of a fun flyer.
Right?
That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Okay, yeah, put it in the books. I'll do
There
it.
you go. Submit next year to the festival up there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Hot Girl Hour is monthly at the Hollywood Comedy, and then you'll be at the Improv this Friday, and then you're just all over the place doing shows, pretty much, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna be back at the Improv on the 21st as well. March
21st?
Yeah.
All
Zhao
right.
Ying and Friends.
Zhao Ying and Friends. Okay,
Zhao Ying
cool.
Summers,
Yeah. Do you do her show often?
No, I just started this year. She
cool.
had me on once before, and it went really well. And and I like her a lot. So.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's fun. She's a good time.
I worked at the Hollywood Comedy for like a hot minute.
Oh, really?
It was right during right after pandemic when they reopened or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Because I lived down the street from it at that point.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah. It's a great spot.
And I hosted an open mic there for maybe 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And then I just stopped. I was like, then I became too busy, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
But the first, I remember that. Yeah, I remember. Johnny's great, but like, yeah, the first night I did it was like I was hosting like the 6 p.m. to the late whatever it was.
Oh, the late, yeah.
And you know how the keys in the lockbox or whatever to open the thing or whatever. And I go to the last mic I go to close, and the key's not there, and I'm like,
Who has it?
who has it?
Someone
And
has
it
it
was
in their
the
pocket.
guy before me. I'm not gonna mention his name, but you know who he is. No, I will mention his name. Fuck it. Ryan, the cable viewer.
You're kidding!
He fucking left and took the key with him. And then I call him. I'm like, dude, do you have the key to close this place? This is like my first time doing it. He's like, oh fuck. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm really far. He's like, I had to take an Uber or whatever.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, it's like, I think it's like almost midnight now because the last thing was like that 11 o'clock when they had that 11 thing or whatever. And like, and I was like, dude, I'm like calling Zhao Ying and like, no, she's not answering. And I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here now.
It's late.
You know, it's like
pain.
now it's late and it was still COVID because there was like crazy people walking around outside and shit.
Yeah.
So eventually he came, but he had to take an Uber back or whatever and
God.
give me the key, and then I locked it up, and it was a waste of time. But it was like, I was like, man, come on, dude. I was like,
But yeah, it's like the end of the night, and you're like pissed off. You're
it was
like,
horrible.
This is the absolute last thing you have to do.
It was
lock
a lot,
up.
yeah,
And you can't just
exactly.
leave it.
You
So it's not-
can.
yeah,
Someone's
it's
gonna go in there
yeah,
and
of
squat
course.
or whatever.
Yeah,
you know.
no, every day. That happens every day at there.
So that was like my first experience, and I lasted doing that for like 2 weeks, and I was like, all right.
So that happened. You're like, fuck this. I'm outta
Yeah.
here.
Well, I mean, it was fun. I mean, you know, only because I was down the street. It is a good mic. I like going there.
It is. Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else you want to plug?
I don't know. You can follow me on Instagram.
Oh yeah, Instagram. Your Instagram is at Katie Bingol.
Yeah, just my first and last name.
Great name.
Yeah,
Great Instagram name.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This was so
Of
fun,
course,
Doug.
yeah.
I really
Did you have
loved
fun?
this.
All right, cool. Awesome. I'm glad you had fun. All right, well, check out Katie Bingol on Instagram and all her shows coming up, and follow the Basshole Show. Don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff. And remember, don't be a basshole, but if you are, laugh about it. Ciao.
You've been listening to I'm a Basshole with Doug Bass. Follow us on Instagram at Basshole Show. Think you deserve to be on the show? Email us at contact@bassholeshow.com and visit our website at www.bassholeshow.com and get the latest information. Subscribe on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast fix. And don't miss the full videos on YouTube. Remember, don't be a basshole, but if you are, laugh about it. We'll see you next time.